Welcome back to the Play by Play Podcast YouTube channel, and today going to be doing something a little bit different. I cannot lie, I am super excited to be doing this. We're going to be doing the first vlog on the channel, as today we're going to be heading over to watch the New Mexico State Aggies football team. They are taking on the Missouri State Bears today. If you guys didn't know, I am a student and a journalism student here at New Mexico State University, and I'm also a volunteer student news reporter for News 22 Las Cruces, which is a student-led news organization over at the school. So today we're going to be heading over there to Aggie Memorial Stadium. We're going to be getting some film for the game for tomorrow's broadcast, and I figured that I'd take you guys along with me to kind of show you what is going on. I'm here at my apartment right now. I got all of my camera stuff ready to go on to the game. We're going to have to stop at the news station real quick to get a couple more batteries before we head on to the stadium. Without further ado, let's not waste any more time, guys. Let's get to the game and let's enjoy our time. So as we are finishing up here at the house and getting ready to leave, wanted to explain a little bit of the importance about this game today. So first of all, this is a midweek matchup, which is really cool. The Conference USA, if you don't know, that is the division that the Aggies play in. About midway through the season, when they start to get into conference games, they end up getting their games nationally televised on places like CBS Sports and ESPN and whatnot, which honestly I think is really cool to have kind of smaller mid-major schools be able to get a national highlight and whatnot. But not only that, this is also, if the Aggies win today, they will also be going 4-0 so far this season at home, and that is the first time that they have done that since 2002. So a lot is riding on this matchup. And also it's going to be very interesting because Missouri State is one of two new teams to Conference USA this year. It is them and the Delaware University Blue Hens. So this is a fresh new matchup for the Aggies, and so it's going to be really interesting to see how they respond. They need to rebound. They definitely need to get a win. I believe that they're 3-3 in the moment, 1-1 in conference play. So this would be a good one. Missouri State isn't the greatest of teams. They're also 1-1 in conference play, but they haven't played the greatest of competition in Conference USA so far. Their only win comes against Middle Tennessee, who is like second to last within the conference right now. So it should be a winnable game, but we'll have to see. Quick update, the batteries have been secured. The camera is all good to go. We are about an hour away from kickoff. We're about to head over right there to the stadium, which is literally just behind me, just across the street from where I am parked right now. And honestly, I don't understand this. I just drove by the tailgate, and don't get me wrong, I'm all about having fun and whatnot, but like, it's crazy to see how packed the tailgate is still for a midweek game. Like, I cannot imagine getting drunk right now and then waking up the following morning for my 8 or 9 a.m. class. That is just insane, but glad to see that we might have an okay crowd tonight. I don't think that it's going to be like a fully packed out stadium, especially with it being a weekday game, but hopefully we'll get a little bit of turnout, especially from the students. So let's go. We're about to drive right over there and see what's going on. All right, update. We are now on the field. I'm not gonna lie, it's not packed at all, but Missouri State, they got some really cool black jerseys. I'm trying to get some of those in a second. And also New Mexico State has the American flag in their helmets, so that's pretty sick. But warm up now, about 40 minutes till kickoff. We'll see how this goes.
I wish, that's a win.
Yeah, you're at home, and you've played good defense all night. We were kind of had a hot hand, so we felt like our defense could get a stop. Unfortunately, we didn't. They went down and they scored. But I felt like our defense played well enough to where, if we won the toss, we go ahead and get on defense. We kind of know what we need to do, and it just didn't work out that way.
And then penalties for both teams seem to be a problem. How do you kind of clean that up?
Yeah, I got to go back and watch it. Obviously, the penalty at the end of regulation cannot happen. It's a lack of discipline. It's my job to fix that. That won't happen again. That really put us in a tough spot. Gave them an opportunity to tie the game up at the end. Some of the other ones, like they called it defensive holding and whatever. I mean, I don't even know what that was. Some of the PIs are going to be, they're 50-50 balls. Guys are battling in there, things like that. I'm not so worried about that. It's just the pre-snap penalties are the ones I'm worried about. We had a couple of false starts. We had one in overtime. Those are the things that you got to really clean up.
Okay, so I literally just got home from the game. It is 11:40 p.m. I just picked up dinner. I picked up some Whataburger on the way because it was late and I'm not feeling like cooking whatsoever. But what a game, man. What a night. It was a night full of just up and down emotions the entire game. It was some really, really great turnout from both the students and from people in Las Cruces. It was a little bit of a solid night for it being a weekday game on a Wednesday. Like I said earlier, a little bit of a weird time to have a game. So it was good turnout for that. But, man, the Aggies did not play well at all. They did not play well at all. And it really came down to the offense out of all of it. I mean, having 4 interceptions, having 7 penalties, having, virtually the stats are going to say, I think they had over 80 yards on the ground. But really that was one big play that really notched them into those numbers. It was realistically more like 40, 50 yards if you take out that big time play. It was not a great night for the offense at all. And for Logan Fife, it was a rough night. I was even, talking with some of my buddies on the sideline, and we were wondering, do you take him out at that point? Because having, 4 picks, one of which was early in that third quarter, which was absolutely awful, throwing it to the sideline when he should have just thrown it away. It was difficult. And you heard Coach Tony Sanchez there talking a little bit about that end of game sequence at the end of the fourth quarter when they were finally able to make their comeback after the defense gets a stop and they come down to go for a touchdown. I think it was the wrong decision to kick the field goal to tie the game going to overtime. I think that the defense was just gassed. They were exhausted. And had the defense even gotten a stop against Missouri State, I still think that the offense wouldn't have been able to put things together. So I think that you go for the 2-point conversion in that situation, that you just cut it there. And if you don't get it, you end up losing the game. And if you get it, hey, the risk paid off. So I think that's one of those situations where you go ahead and go for the risk. But that was not what we wanted to see from the Aggies for sure. They are now 3-4. They dropped their first game at home this season. This is the first meeting between these two teams. And Missouri State, not knowing a lot about them, they were solid. They were a pretty solid team. They were a very pass-heavy team. They did a really, really great job through the air tonight. Although the Aggie secondary did come up big with 2 interceptions, one of which was a tip. So had a little bit of luck involved there. But it was a back-and-forth contest, but it continued to feel, throughout the game like the Aggies just had no control over it and that Missouri State was really leading the dance. And I think that you saw that by the end of the game. But it was fun. The weather was perfect, luckily. And like I said, there were a lot of really great fans out there, a lot of them that I got to go out and interact with. And I don't know if I showed the score at halftime or if I showed the ending score. So the ending score was 24-17. And I could not give you guys a halftime recap because I spent the entire halftime in the bathroom because I had a bloody nose. So that was a ton of fun. I was literally so pissed off because I wanted to talk about the game and what was going on. But I had probably the worst bloody nose that I've had in my life. And so I was stuck in a bathroom stall for like the full 20 minutes of the halftime. By the time I finally got out there, the teams were just starting to get back onto the field. So luckily I didn't miss any action, but yeah, that was not fun at all. But yeah, 24-17 for the Aggies. this was a really, really fun video to make. I hope that you guys enjoy a lot of the clips, a lot of the insight, especially what goes on of when you are a sports reporter for a news station, for a newscast. So I hope that this was very insightful for you guys, and also insightful just to see what I do on a day-to-day basis, especially being in school as a journalism student and being a volunteer reporter. That is some of the stuff that I have to go out to do. Just go out and get clips for the newscast, which will be airing tomorrow. If you live in southern New Mexico, if you live in El Paso, go ahead and check out the PBS station for those parts of the states, because you will get to see KRWG TV and you will get to see my clips on News 22. That is the newscast that I'm for. And let me know down below what you guys think about these style of videos. Do you like it a little bit more? There are a couple of more games coming up for the Aggies at home for football. And then basketball season starts in just two weeks, which I'm super, super excited. So potentially could be doing some vlogs for those games as well. So let me know about that all the way down below, as well as subscribing to the channel, leaving a like, and sharing with your friends. I bet you thought that I was going to forget about this, as well as following us on all social medias, that being TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. All of those ads are going to be down below. We're on all those ads. You will get to see my latest reaction to breaking news from the NBA, the NFL, and combat sports, and you will never miss for whenever the podcast decides to upload an episode. And without further ado, guys, that's all that I have for you guys today. I will see you guys on the next one. Have a great finish to your week, and peace.